tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.
Brandon! Germans!
Look at this, look at this, look at this. ChatGPT. I logged in and this is the image they auto create for everybody now. This is the Germans paper handing their Bitcoin. This is it. Oh my gosh.
But I don't even think it's
the Germans.
I think it's dumb handing. It's dumb handing.
Dumb. It's not even paper handing. It's dumb handing.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
just a bunch of bureaucrats, and they
can print money too, right? They're just like the government. They are U.S. government. They can print money, right?
They can. That hasn't worked out well for them. And this is a chance for a couple of bureaucrats to show victory. Look what I did on my watch. I took this evil man's Bitcoin, and look how much help I made. I paid for the government for 3 minutes. I subsidized 3 minutes of government spending because I'm German.
Yay.
And I know
Nice.
This is the way.
Should we do the whole show in a German accent? This is the way.
They can do it.
I don't know, man. It's just we can go through. I have their wallet pulled up. I have like all their wallets pulled up. We can kind of look at their wallets and stuff. But it's absurd.
Do we have any housekeeping stuff we want to knock out first?
Yeah, this is important because Hypercycle. So a lot of people are marrying licenses. So I wanted to explain something that's okay. So what happens is people marry their licenses and then something doesn't show up, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But something like the RNS tokens don't show up for a second, and so you email me like instantly. And like I look at your thing and it's like been less than 42 seconds since you created the hypershare, and then you say something's wrong. Just give it a second. So what happens is the block on Ethereum has to complete all the way before it finishes all its stuff. And so I'm going to show you exactly what happens on the blockchain when you create a hypershare. Now, obviously you'll have your licenses, you'll have your token stacks or whatever, and then the next step is you create a hypershare. When you do this, it's going to pop up some of these things. So like if I wanted to create a level 10 token stack or whatever, the first thing, if that level 10 token stack doesn't exist, instead of just approve license, see Hypercycle contract and swap license in or whatever, or create a token stack, you're going to have one more step. And that is split C Hypercycle token stack. And it walks you through this. Like you guys cannot screw this up in our Hypershare node manager. On other places, I think you can get locked out, but like on ours, we've made it so you cannot screw up. So do not worry about clicking buttons. We've made it so like you cannot screw up, and it'll walk you through each step. But what's happening is if a C Hypercycle of the level above that you're trying to split into doesn't exist in the contract, you have to create that. Like Hypercycles made it in their contracts for some reason that they're not all anyway. I would have written it a different way, but regardless, they wrote it the way they wrote it. So you have to create from the level above, and if that level doesn't exist, you have to create the level above. We made it so it creates all the levels above in one step, but you'll have to create. So there might be an extra step for some people when you go in there called split C stack, and you'll have to do that step as well. So if the step exists and it shows up there, you have to do it. So that's all there is to that. But what I'm saying is on the hypershare, sometimes the R and the S tokens show 0 when you create the hypershare, and people like hop into this and they're like, 0, oh crap, and they email me right away, right? But when you're creating your hypershare, this is a separate event on the blockchain. So you'll go in here, and I'm going to show you exactly what happens. I'm going to walk you through each step. So you'll create, for example, I created the C stack right here, and I know this looks crappy and funny, but what this does is this swaps my Hypercycle tokens right here. It says swap V2. This swaps my Hypercycle tokens and merges it into a C Hypershare. This is a C stack. This is our token stack. This is what we need to marry to the license to finalize the Hypershare. And then the next function, when I create the Hypershare, two things happen. One, it creates the Hypershare. So I'm going to scroll up just a little bit on this thing. One, it creates the Hypershare. And then it sends out 2 sets of tokens. And this is separate transaction. And in the Hypershare, there's nothing created. See how there's no 721 created for the Hypershare? That's because it's a line of code inside of Hypercycle's contract. I don't know why still they didn't create a 721 for their Hypershare, but they didn't. But what it does is it ends up creating 2 sets of ERC 1155s, okay? These are your R and your S tokens. These 1155s, they create 1,024 for each license. For example, in the one that I had showing just a second ago, there was 2,048 because it was a level 11 Hypershare. Now, these take a second to create because it has to spit out 2,048 1155s and come through to your wallet. And then it has to create out another 2,048. Now, it's like within a few seconds, but it has to wait for that block to complete.
So you're saying if I immediately send an email, that'd be presumptuous.
Oh my gosh. So this happens a lot. You would be shocked, Nick. But that's okay. And I get people are nervous and stuff, but that's why I'm explaining it, because I want you guys to understand it just takes a little time. Give it like a minute. Give it a minute even, and it'll be done. Like refresh the page, whatever. Just give it a second. And so it creates these RNS tokens for you, and these are coming. You can look on the blockchain, and it starts creating those for you. And then they'll spit them out, and then they'll come into your wallet, and you'll have them. Just give it a minute.
Take a minute. Just take a minute, bro.
But I have so many emails. I'm like, refresh. Oh, they're there. Okay, so we're good. Refresh.
Just put it on Cadillac.
They're good. They're good. But I understand the confusion too, but that's why I'm explaining it. So I want you guys to understand. And then we had a comment here that I'm going to hit up, and a lot of people are like, I've gotten like 3 emails now because they're like, hey, I have blah, 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 to fully marry them. Please explain exactly what steps I must take to marry them. Like in an email, they want me to like walk. Anyway, so I've made a video on how to create a Hypershare. So marrying, when we say marry, it's synonymous with create a Hypershare. So if we say marry, Hypershare, all those things, that's all the same thing. So remember, that's how to create a Hypershare. So we made a video for that and kind of walk through that whole process. Hopefully that helps a lot of people. If there's any other questions, typically the best thing is to do, just give it a second and wait. These things take like a whole block, or sometimes for a gas transaction to go through, it takes a second. Just wait a second. And then if something's still wrong, then by all means, email me for sure. And I have so many people agree, like, yeah, they like, oh my gosh, your video, the process works splendidly. But then there's a few people that get like nervous, and I get that because it's blockchain, it's your money. And sometimes they're like, some people are emailing me too. As soon as they create the token stack, they're like, my tokens are gone. I have no token stack, no C Hypercycle. And I'm like, okay. And by the time they email me and I say refresh, it's there, so it's like, just a second and we're good. So we're good. Anyway, hopefully that's good.
Let's see. Timothy asked, with Hypercycle tokens with no licenses, in an earlier video, you said you could receive, yeah, a year ago, dude. A year ago. Yes. Right now, this second, I don't know. I'm not sure where you would put them. As far as, I know that we put the digital private clients and the early Hypercycle investors put like 80 million tokens in lockup, and we get, I don't think it's 10%. I think we get 9%, something like that. But anyway,
yeah, I think it's 9%. Yeah.
I think we get 9%. But anyway, point is, yes. And when HyperPG rolls out their, whatever they're going to roll out public facing, there's going to be something like that. But I can't speak for them. I don't know what their rate's going to be. Could be more, could be less. I don't know. So when you say, is that no longer true? I already know, Timothy, that you're white knuckled right now behind your keyboard. Everybody needs to fucking calm down. Take a breath. Dear God. Everybody is so fucking stressed. Is everybody here German? Are you all German? Are you all angry at the world? Every day is a bad day for you. You wake up and everybody's trying to pull some scams on you and sell your things at you.
Can't wait to talk about the Germans.
Jesus. Everybody, calm down.
Deadline to marry. So they're gonna just stop giving you free tilling if you don't marry. Then
They are going to do.
soon, right?
We don't know the deadline. So what's going to be is in the next coming days. This they're done. They're done building it. Dan and those guys are doing the auditing process and all that stuff. So it's done.
That's cool.
So what's going to happen is they're going to do it in like a stage. Like they'll have, okay, hey, you have 14 days to marry the tokens. At that point, if you're not either using tilling as a service, taking your licenses, pointing them at someone else's hardware, and tilling them using your own whatever. If you're not tilling, you'll have to pay for that tilling. And if you're not tilling and not paying for the tilling, then your licenses are not tilling. So you'd have to get the tokens, put them with the licenses, and marry them. If you do that, you will not need a hardware solution because they're going to be plugged in over at HyperPG. That's what HyperPG is doing right now. You think, why would they do all that if they're not making money? Well, they're indirectly making money because they're making money as those licenses. They have a lot of licenses themselves. And as they're tilling, the value of those licenses gets higher and higher as it approaches that 2.0 threshold where licenses can divide. Yay. That is that.
Yay.
Okay.
Real quick too, before we go on dude, I gotta tell you what happened. And I told you, Nick,
Oh,
while we
yeah.
were camping.
Oh,
This is kind of
yeah.
crazy because while we were camping at the lake, we were sitting there and we go up to this lake. And so if you guys know where Jackson Hole is, it's like really close to there. There's a place called Alpine. It's trying to be the new Jackson Hole. So there's like a lot of wealth and money coming in there. So while we were sitting there, there were these airplanes. They were like flying around doing all kinds of maneuvers and stuff.
Oh, snap.
Anyway, and like my family's there. They were there the day before. They're like, oh yeah, they're doing all these maneuvers and stuff. Anyway, we didn't see him. So my wife and I, we go in to eat some food in our trailer, right? In our camper. And I guess they started going while we're in there. So we're in there eating, but my family's out there watching. And they're like, we come back out and they're like, yeah, one of the planes went down. We're like, what? One of the planes went down. That's a big deal. Anyway, check this video out. I think I have it pulled up here. Yeah. Check this video out. This is right where we're camping. I'm going to try to make this big screen. See if it'll play. Oh, why is it? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Watch this.
So first he's doing some fancy shit.
Yeah, he's doing some stuff. Watch this.
So he's got his little condensation trail, little steam. He's going to do a controlled stall. And then he's going to pull out at the last minute. And it's going to come across the river. And it's going to look like Maverick, Tom Cruise. Here it comes. Shit.
Dude, isn't that crazy? So that's right where we were camping. So we took the jet skis out. We went through it. And here's the pictures we took. This is like at the wreck. That's the plane that went down. So this is the lake where we're staying, but that's the plane that went down. So we kind of like rotated around it and stuff, but checked it out. But so this guy was 51 years old. He's a pilot. He's an instructor. He's been training for years, honestly, training for years and stuff on how to do this. He's been teaching people how to do this. And I think something probably malfunctioned in the plane. They haven't done the full test yet to see what's happened, but unfortunately, yeah, dude, he went down, and that's just why we were there. Did you
want to put on like a mask and go down and kind of look at the plane?
Dude, it was kind of eerie, actually. When we got out to it, it was kind of eerie. You know, it's that feeling you get when you like see a really bad wreck. You're like, ugh. It was kind of unfortunate, and so what they did was they had all these helicopters come in instantly when the plane went down. All these boats got over there. They pulled him out. They took him. They put him, I guess he was still, alive. He'd flatlined when they put him in the ambulance. They got him back alive. And then when they got to the hospital, he ended up passing away.
Well, you know why that is, right? Because you can't pronounce anyone dead. Only a doctor can do that. Emergency personnel can only make an attempt to resuscitate or, you know what I mean? Like they have to continue to administer aid. They can record death with one of the life packs, but they can't declare it. Only a doctor can declare death.
Yeah, maybe you pilots know what happened here.
He didn't pull out of his pen.
We're not gonna do that. No, oh my gosh, Why you gotta take it there? I just wanted to show. Anyway, let's get on with the behind the wall stuff.
You know what, Howard? Same thing I asked, buddy. I want a souvenir.
No. Let's get behind the wall. We have a lot of stuff to go over.
Okay. Let's see.
Unless you have anything else.
Do you have to buy an NFT, get a year behind the free wall? No, that's not how that works. We have if you get 5 NFTs, you get a year for free of digital private client. I mean, digital investor. Oh, so many digitals. Yeah. That's how that works.
World. Digital crypto, digital selling, crypto. digital German selling.
This is going to be good. This is going to be a good month for the, we think it is because, we'll know more today, won't we? At around in a few hours after our meeting.
Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. We could talk about that in front of the wall, right?
Yeah.
Because I think everybody needs to know.
So we have a meeting with the Twin team, kind of like beginning the final details to the Twin token launch here on Node Market, the TGE, and that's going to be cool. So we'll know a lot more today. I don't know if we'll know what the opening price is going to be, but the good news is, so that people don't get just jabbed like they would on a scammy ass launchpad launch where the price will bang up to $2 or $1.80, and half the people that got fat thumbed get beat up. We're going to fix the price. It's going to be in blocks. So it's going to be the first day. It looks like it's going to be like 3 days or 4 days or a week of the launch. So it's not all at once. And the price is going to be fixed. So whatever is the opening day price, everybody's going to get that. Anybody who wants it's going to get it. No one's going to have to pay $1.40 and someone else paid 32 cents. That's not going to happen. So that's kind of cool. But we'll know more details later. They also are going to have a kind of staking, which should be a nice little handsome reward for those of you that want to build digital twins. So that's going to be cool. For those, Brandon, have you been watching some of those newsletters that Stacy puts out with her twin?
No.
They're creepily good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Stacy.
But it's like, it's her. You can tell it's AI because of the cadence, but the face looks perfect. And some of the other ones, like the Ben Gortzel one, that one was good.
That one was good too.
And remember,
they spent a lot of time on theirs. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is, remember, they're still not there yet. I mean, there's still many iterations from their actual launch product, and it's pretty good. The Deepak Chopra one is, they're all really good. And so you started having these really big name people that are coming on board with Twin Protocol. So anyway, yeah, check it out. And okay, there we go. Anything you want to add in there?
I think this is going to be the best way to set this up. And essentially, it's not a pre-sale, but it's a public sale. So everybody's going to be able to get tokens. And as we see more demand, what we're going to do is going to raise the price, obviously. But this will natively set the token price for when they do go to the DEXs. And this will also give them a bargaining chip because they're working with some tier 1 CEX central
sex what do you workers, call that? Tier 1
what
sex
do they
workers.
What do they call it? It's a sex, right? It's
Sex
a CEX. Do they call it?
It's a kex.
They're working with some tier 1s. Oh, we're gonna get muted. We're working with some tier 1 non-decentralized exchanges, and I think they're gonna this is gonna be a pretty good bargaining chip, because what's gonna happen is the token price is gonna be stable. They're gonna be a lot in the hands of a lot of holders, and it's gonna be really awesome. So
yeah, and so we're gonna do this in what we think is the best for everybody, and that means if it looks like it makes sense to go like every other day over the course of a week of releasing new tokens, but we're gonna release a batch at a fixed price, let everybody get their tokens at that price, see what the demand is, see what the secondary market demand is. Like when you're on Node Market and you go to and you look at the N-Twin token, you'll have the N-Twin token and you'll have the Twin token. So they'll both be trading. And that's going to give us a good idea of what the market is. And then we'll set that next block of tokens will be at that next level. And that way everybody gets to participate, and ideally no one gets screwed. No one gets screwed, my friends. Unless you are talking about what Brandon was originally referring to, which is sex workers. And then everybody gets screwed. Hey, that was the second oldest profession. I think the oldest profession was lending.
Probably
or actually,
or money printing was the oldest.
Actually,
profession.
when I read that the oldest
Money
profession was
printing.
mercenary work,
Yeah.
like hired guns. The second, that'd be interesting. A list of the oldest professions. I'm sure it's not what we thought.
Yeah.
And I'm sure prostitution's not number 2. All right.
Let's get behind the wall and we can talk about some real stuff.
The N-Twin will convert 30 days after the day 1 launch.
Yep.
So and we'll do either through a bridge or a purchase function. It'll be very easy. Whatever we do, it'll be crazy easy.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
Crazy.
We'll call it
Crazy.
Crazy.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go to our little thing. For those of you that are not digital investors, you should be. But it's fine. Have fun being poor. For the rest of you, we're going behind the proverbial wall now.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to blacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
See you later, Facebook. No one watches you anyway. What the smoke?
Yeah, the same thing just happened to me on Twitch.
Did it not let you nuke Twitch?
Yeah, it like I deleted it and then it came back like coming from the ashes. Oh, X came back too. What the heck?
Okay, I killed X.
Okay, congratulations.
Let me see if I can kill Twitch.
I'm gonna let you do it because this is like I don't know what's
Weird.
happening.
A new button came up. Oh,
Yay.
that was weird. You go remove. It says remove from stream. That's normal. Spinning pinwheel. Boy, that old Twitch was just fighting, wasn't it?